Tokyo Ghoul Re seeks to recapture the charm of the original Tokyo Ghoul and advance the franchise forward, but this is a daunting mission. There are several anime series that made their release a huge splash, but the hype that followed Tokyo Ghoul was on a completely different level. A rich universe is created by the dark action series where an innocent soul is transformed into a pivotal figure trapped between humans and demons. Tokyo Ghoul is offering an excellent television season, but the follow-up sequel series are not that fortunate. Tokyo Ghoul Re seeks to recapture the charm of the original series and drive things forward, but it proves to be a hard job. Therefore, between Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Re, here is which anime is better. In a short period of time, Tokyo Ghoul's original season has to tackle a lot, but the emphasis that it brings to the content it adapts gives it a lot of justice. This is particularly significant as it is the introduction of many people to the manga. The key challenge that Tokyo Ghoul Re holds is that in a condensed number of episodes, it adapts too much content. Technically, the events of Tokyo Ghoul Re may fit the manga, but they cram so many chapters into one single episode that almost all the complexity is lost. 9. It's worth remembering that Studio Pierrot animated Tokyo Ghoul, but when Tokyo Ghoul Re came around, the studio had other obligations and it was handed over to Pierrot Plus, which is a much smaller operation. Tokyo Ghoul Re is certainly a different look because of this change and a range of fresh directors and character designers. That being said, Tokyo Ghoul Re still looks decent and is able to do many of the scenes and battles justice, despite the resources they had. It's a tricky scenario, but several development problems were beyond the control of the show. 8. Tokyo Ghoul's scale is much narrower than that of Tokyo Ghoul Re, which the anime can also use to its advantage. This series is more concerned with the plot and character beats interacting and actually meaning something, rather than sprinting through the content like Tokyo Ghoul Re does. Tokyo Ghoul is a slower series that cherishes tinier moments, but more than just a standard action anime, it makes the franchise stand out. While in Tokyo Ghoul there are only 12 chapters, the story feels complete and like the proper first chapter of the story. 7. The wait between Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Re was so long and agonizing that viewers were only ready to get closure by the time the series came around. When the other series that was made between the two told an original story and just muddled chronology, the anticipation for Tokyo Ghoul Re became even greater. Despite how sloppy the execution might be, Tokyo Ghoul Re is at least able to continue the story of Kaneki and has 2 seasons to cover the manga's events and actually hit the end. 6. The anime is finally able to devote time to creating its characters due to the slowed-down existence of Tokyo Ghoul. Obviously, the hardships faced by Kaneki are central to the story, but this first season also gives focus to others like Tauka and Hida in Kaneki's inner circle. In Tokyo Ghoul, everyone really feels like a real character with motives, while Tokyo Ghoul Re's dour nature turns everyone into emotionless stereotypes and loses sight of its cast with bloated additions that offer no fresh perspective. 5. A lot of the series focuses on the embrace of his demon side by Kaneki, and he's not afraid of accepting the forces that come with it. The meaning of Ghoul Kaneki is made very plain in Tokyo, but he has virtually reached a legendary status when Tokyo Ghoul Re rolls around. It's as if Kaneki were the demon's deity. The power of Kaneki continues to enter more crazy places, culminating in the final episodes of the series that transform Kaneki into a Godzilla-esque dragon that devastates the city. 4. Tokyo Ghoul can only be seen as a bloody action series at the end of the day, but in terms of the universe it creates, it really does phenomenal work. There are several story-approaching series looking at hybrid demons and characters pulled between extremes, but Tokyo Ghoul really fleshes it all out. Whether it is in the way the demons, their many sects, or the government that opposes them, there's such a clear infrastructure in place. Also, the history and imagination behind the Kagune of the demon are fascinating. 3. There is no dispute that the story in the latter is considerably greater, despite any decrease in quality between Tokyo Ghoul and Tokyo Ghoul Re. Tokyo Ghoul Re will drive Tokyo Ghoul's ideas even further, and while that implies character resolutions, it also implies that the fate of the entire universe is at stake. Ghouls are a permanent issue in the series, but for the final run of episodes, Tokyo Ghoul Re effectively ushers in the apocalypse and brings a rather grim atmosphere. It shows that if there is any hope of survival in a murky future, this complicated planet is forced to ruin and wonder. 2. A lot of different concepts are handled by Tokyo Ghoul, but it is the action scenes that attract a lot of the viewers. The fights that take place, whether they include demons or humans, have a genuine level of spectacle. In the intricate Kagune, there is such a spectrum that the demon uses, and it is very exciting to see these strong beings embracing their origins and not holding back. Due to the absurd abilities that Tokyo Ghoul produces, there are some very exciting moments that strike even harder. 1. Introducing Kaneki and his allies, Tokyo Ghoul does an outstanding job, but with the scale of its cast, Tokyo Ghoul Re becomes even more ambitious. The emphasis remains on Kaneki, but the anime learns how to live without him and brings into the frame many more significant characters, such as Miatsuki, Shirazu, and Yuri. Even the handling of Sasaki, Kaneki's alter ego, is treated like a special character. In addition, organizations such as Aogiri Tree, Owls, and organizations such as the Counter Ghoul Commission guarantee that Tokyo Ghoul Re will keep its cast busy.